Good afternoon and welcome to our OakBridge Weekly Market Update. Today is November the 7th, 2022, and today we're going to jump in and talk about inflation and wage growth. We've had Fed Chairman Powell, talk last week and gave us some additional information and seemed to be pretty hawkish on a good many things, and still remains fairly determined to continue to raise interest rates for a period of time. And we'll talk about this chart in just a minute, but the projections that we're receiving right now is that in December, we'll continue to have a 50 basis point increase in interest rates in the Fed rate. And then in the first part of next year, we'll have another 25 basis point increase. It seems right now that there may be a pause after those two increases. And so we're nearing the end of what has been communicated to us thus far in the increase in interest rates, and inflation is just kind of the big front and center right now. Everything revolves around inflation and inflation data. And so one of the things that we wanted to point out this week is that we had a jobs report last week, and it was an interesting jobs report because it had two different directions on it. One is that we had payroll jobs. An additional 261,000 workers went to work in the last report in October. And unemployment rate also increased. So one of the things that the Fed is trying to do is to increase interest rates, unemployment rate, just so that it can slow the economy. And that rate started edging up a little bit this last month, as well as more people found jobs. So a little bit of a dual message there going in for the Fed. The data, however, as we look at it, hourly increase, if you look at the various services here that we have in the United States, these are just a few of them. It's not all of them, but you can see that information is still fairly robust. Information technology, transportation and warehousing, due to the pandemic and global chain issues, is still a little bit high. Manufacturing has actually come down a little bit. Logging, mining, those types of industries have come down a little bit. So it depends upon where you are in the economy and what you're buying as to how much inflation you're seeing. Obviously, food prices, real estate prices, those seem to be the primary drivers right now that continue to drive inflation at this point. But so even though we see a lot of dispersion as far as in the individual sectors, our thought process here is that we are still going to more than likely have those interest rate hikes that our Fed Chairman Powell is talking about. But we do anticipate that with the market and with where the market's going and with what's going on, I think we're seeing some relief in the marketplace. We'll continue to keep you informed. And again, if you have any questions on this or other issue, please don't be afraid to reach out to us. And we're happy to take your phone calls and visit with you at any time. Also, just kind of a shameless plug, if you have friends, relatives, or coworkers that you feel like might be interested in this information, feel free to pass along the link. And with that, we'll sign off for another day. And thank you so much for tuning in and taking a little time with us. Thank you.